Hello, I'm Jose, and this is the Cinematic Dogma podcast. Today, I'm joined by my poetic and metaphorical friend, Blake.
Thank you, Jose. I'm so happy to be here.
Are you?
I am.
Are you?
I feel like I'm walking a fine line between anxiety and excitement.
Is it really excitement? Because I agree on the thin line, but I don't know if it's actually excitement. What is on the other side?
To be honest, I'm very excited about this. This is the movie we watched this week is completely unexpected for us. I feel like
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay. So what did we watch? Just please go ahead. Introduce
We
it.
watched. Oh no! Usually I say the year, but I don't know what the year is. We watched the
1988.
1998 Terrence Malick film, The Thin Red Line, starring every A-lister
Everyone.
in Hollywood in the 90s.
Yeah, I was missing Brad Pitt only.
I mean, so George Clooney is in it, but he doesn't appear to the very end, and I was like, did I miss his scenes? Well, they're all
Yes.
forgettable. Whatever.
It's almost like he couldn't make it earlier on the shooting, and you're like, okay, just interesting, and that's fine. But yeah, and yeah, why did you pick this?
So Terrence Malick is always somebody that I've enjoyed, that I've loved to hate. It's true that I've seen a couple of his films that I was like, this is utter pretentious bullshit. That being said, I understand that a lot of critics I respect and a lot of, just lay people who have opinions I respect say that there's something of value in Terrence Malick's films. So I just wanted to watch something else by him and, figure out what am I missing. That's why I picked it.
Did you figure it out? What were you missing?
I saw glimpses.
Or did you want to hold back?
I saw glimpses
Okay.
of what apparently he used to do in like Badlands and like the early films he did. It's true. There were a few moments where I was like, whoa, is this brilliant? And then it'd go on for like 10 seconds. I was like, no, okay. That wasn't it.
No. Well played, Malik, but no, I got you. Okay, so as this was your pick, I guess that I will have to summarize it. Now, one thing that I could give as a caveat is that this movie is almost 3 hours. It doesn't have like a lot of dialogue. It's more like inner dialogue and a bit more of just like moving the scenes forward.
It's a lot of like voices wondering about good and evil. Is nature truly war?
Yeah. So this is an anti-war movie. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Anti-war in general. I'd get on board with that.
Yeah. Okay. So like the movie opens with a couple of people that they defected from their unit during World War II. How they get like captured back to their unit. That I felt like a bit of I would have expected you to just be sent home, but whatever. I don't know what is like the name of the main guy, of one of the guys.
Jim Caviezel. Yeah, Wit.
Wait, yeah, everyone has like a bit of a weird name. Jim Caviezel, and his superior, sorry, I don't know like military terms, is Sean Penn.
Yes.
So they open a bit more about like, hey, I don't understand war. It's like the sense of duty. And the other person is like, hey, I don't see the world like the same way that you do. And they end up at a point of, hey, this is what you are going to be doing, like moving forward.
And just to be clear,
part
when
of
you
the
say they
unit.
defected, they're like on islands in the South Pacific. They've
Yeah.
been fighting the war.
Yeah.
They ran away, living with villagers. And then
Yep.
Sean Penn drags him
Goes,
screaming
yeah,
back.
The fucker. Yep. And then like the next thing is like we see John Travolta, like just debriefing them about like how do you say, like an operation that they're going to be doing for taking over. What was the name of the island?
Isn't it Guadalcanal?
Guadalcanal. Guadalcanal. Yeah. That I think that is called like close to New Guinea, Papua New Guinea. it's
I
called.
believe it.
So like close to Australia, like south of Japan, where the United States is fighting for the control of the island with the Japanese. So the movie opens with this idyllic life that they are having with this like tribe in the middle of an island, like super Pacific, and then we just jump into this preparation for war. We see like the disembark into the island is lower cost than any D-Day that we have seen in other movies, like Saving Private Ryan, but that we see then how they approach in some small boat carriers, and then they're like the sergeant of the is the sergeant of the unit played by
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte, yeah, Nick Nolte.
Lieutenant Colonel,
Oh,
according to
lieutenant.
IMDb.
Sorry, is lieutenant. Is the one organizing like the attack to a hill. So the second act of the movie is like basically how they fight the Japanese forces for control of that specific hill. They sacrifice like a lot of lives. Nick Nolte is just pushing for I don't care about the lives, just keep pushing. There is like dissident between the sergeants, I think. I don't remember who was playing him. Do you remember?
Sorry, you know these military terms way better than me. I don't pay attention
Or
to them at all. Who?
Simon Billy?
Do you remember the name of the actor?
No. That's what I'm asking. It's like I don't remember, but it's like you remember that there is like a dissident voice, like one of the lieutenants, I think.
I think it might be Lieutenant Colonel Billig.
Okay, I
Anyway,
think that
yeah.
in any case, like one of them is like start like just calling for common sense about like I cannot carry these actions. Let's just flank right now if we
Oh,
try
that
to
that
attack.
was Jim. Oh no, it's Elias Koteas.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. There is like a lot of small roles that they are like super important for 10 minutes and then they just go away, they come back for a moment. You know, there are a lot of intertwined like mini stories and friction. But yeah, he actually like challenged you know, it was like a lieutenant once again.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to help you with these.
Lieutenant Colonel. My God, yeah, this is terrible. It challenged that he tries to care about the life of the people that he's serving, that he's well in his unit. But then Ignol goes like to the line of attack. Things have changed. They do the attack. They take over the hill, and then before they were being killed, and then we see how they take the base where they are, like the Japanese forces, and we see the other way around, like how they basically murder everyone there.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah,
is that where you want to stop? Which I think is more than valid.
yeah, I mean, the third act is like basically a bit of a reflection into a we finish this operation, but the war continues. One of them, well, a couple of them gets sent back to the inland, like the guy that challenged Nick Nolte as I think that you should leave. There is also John Cusack that is a bit of his right hand, but after talking with him, we see that he only cares about rank and being promoted because he lost his opportunity of having his own war. And he's using this as a way of trying to propel himself.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most common complaints about this movie is that the plot isn't quite there, which
No,
we
it's
can
not.
get into. But this is the entire crux of the story. I mean,
Yep.
Nick Nolte is, dead inside and just worries about Pyrrhic victories, and then Elias Koteas, however you say his name, he's just the guy that was smarter than everybody else and saved a bunch of lives, and then the fact that he gets sent away in shame and Nick Nolte gets the glory. I mean, that's the whole point. Like, that's it.
Well,
That's the moral tale.
Yeah, he gets discharged, but not really discharged. Elijah, what was the name again? Elijah what?
Elias Koteas, and he's the guy in Crash, the Cronenberg Crash.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I completely forgot it. Yeah, that's the reason why he was so familiar. So he doesn't get discharged, but he basically is like sent back. And he's like a bit more like, hey, I would actually ask for them to give you all of the accolades, you know. But there is an implicit, don't say how I acted here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not profound enough of an allegory to sustain any sort of, I don't know, satisfaction in this narrative for me. I mean, okay, we get it. In war, black is white, up is down, right? The good man isn't
Yeah,
rewarded. I
yeah,
wouldn't say this is like groundbreaking.
yeah. Well, let's just say that it's okay. This is the summary. So now
The
now
only thing
let's
I would add is
start.
that this is
Okay.
based on an autobiographical book about a soldier in this actual troop that went to this did this battle.
There's a time.
I don't know if it's important, but I think it's interesting, and that's
Okay.
all I would add.
Yep. I like also that one of the characters has flashback of his wife. That is like that has to be like the worst character, like as a morally corrupt character, even worse than Nick Nolte.
The
That is
husband
the
or the
one,
wife?
the wife, the one that at the end sends a letter to him that he only received after surviving all of these. That is like, by the way, it was taking you too long to come back, so I met someone else.
That was the only. I mean, you see a lot of horror, like the horror of war, in this
Yeah,
film, and that was the only like gut wrenching scene where I just
yeah,
felt like I had the wind taken out of my sails, and that was devastating, devastating.
yeah. But they don't give you too much. It's that we only see like some flashback, very dreamlike, where we see like both of the characters, like like interacting in slow motion.
And if you've seen one Terrence Malick film, you've seen this mother-like figure on a rope swing in front of a big tree. I don't know if that's his king, but it's in every single film.
Okay. Okay. So enough summary. Did you like it?
So I kind of mentioned this earlier. I literally went through moments where I was like, "Oh fuck, I get it," and then that would go away with pretty quickly. But the film starts in this kind of naturalistic prologue where we see the two AWOL soldiers living peacefully with a village, and the images are so fucking beautiful. Like
Oh yeah.
I thought maybe
Yeah.
like 4K had just turned on my computer on my TV screen, but there were things like that I appreciated. I think visually it's
Oh yeah.
outstanding.
Yeah. Yeah. How I define. Sorry for interrupting because I want to put this one out there. I watched it with my boyfriend. I think that he fell asleep. I didn't blame him at all. I also fell asleep and I had to rewatch the last 30 minutes the following day. But what I told him is that sometimes you find movies that they're better than the sum of the different pieces. This is a very interesting case because I had the feeling that this is the other way around. This is less than the sum of the pieces. Is that when you put all of these pieces together, that is like you have good actors with good acting. You have like the cinematography is impeccable. It's gorgeous. It's like all the special effects, all of the action scenes. I feel it's like they are pretty well made. I combine all of these, and I feel it's like this was unnecessary. This was like less than any of these pieces.
I mean, that's my complaint is that, like you said, there are some pieces there that are brilliant, but
Yeah,
it doesn't come together. And I think that Terrence Malick lacks the gravitas that he thinks he has, and these
yeah.
pretentious voiceovers are not like
Oh God,
making us wonder about love and the nature of humanity. Like it's just
dude.
it's bullshit.
It made me feel. I know that I always mention this movie, but it made me feel of Charles Kaufman in Adaptation when he says, and he goes to the workshop, the screenwriting workshop, and he's like, "And God forbid you from using voiceover in your movie." But he actually uses it, and he's like, "Okay, I mean, as a kind of introspective and a bit of a self-demeaning voice, this can work. But when these characters are like talking about sort of like metaphysical concepts, it becomes like so pretentious and pompous."
And useless. It's just a
Yeah,
waste of time.
yeah. It's like I think that you can transmit all of these. You could have transmitted in a smarter manner. That's the part that also I sent you like that picture of the chicken, like just and more like almost dead, like just struggling for life. As well as like, dude, this is so dumb. This
There,
is like so pretentious, so almost like a school project
it reminds
that
me
I
of.
feel infuriative.
Do you remember on the seventh continent when like they break the fish tank and Hanukkah just has you watch a goldfish flap around? I was like,
Yeah, I get it. Okay, cool.
but
Yeah, you made your point.
that being said, though, there is some sort of genius behind his visual use of symbolism and allegory. So, like in this prologue, before we see any war, there's this incredible shot of a alligator crocodile, just in nature and gliding into the swamp, and that's it. And then there's this scene later where the men have kind of, had their souls destroyed by this war, and they capture a crocodile, and there's just this scene where you see
Oh,
the
they're like
crocodile
just
tied
touching it.
up, and you can feel it's ominous and it's creepy and horrific, and you're certain something is going to happen, and it's not the point. You're just supposed to see this powerful animal just kind of destroyed by people around. There's like symbolism there that's really interesting and just like almost worth it, but it's just almost.
I thank you for bringing that specific example. For me, nothing really clicked. For me, it was eye rolling every time that he was trying to use like this because everything else doesn't hold together. I can, for example, I respect a movie like The Turing Horse, for what it's trying to do because he uses that. If I'm going to go like with symbology, I'm going to go full in with symbology, and I'm going to go with something very specific that I want to present. But if you go like so open with like what is bad, but what is bad, what is good, what is human, I just feel is that, dude, you are like just, I don't know, like keeping me as hostage during 2 hours and 50 minutes, and you better have like some interesting points to make. And
What
I
did
didn't feel anything.
what did you think about his use of animals throughout? And while you kind of answer this, to just give the viewers or the listeners, if they don't know this, there's points during the film where we're just kind of, we don't look at the war that's happening, and you just look at animals that are kind of in the jungle around and kind of just bystanders.
Yep.
What did you think about the use of that?
Well, I think that is the same point as putting the beginning of the movie on this tribe that is living completely detached from the conflict that is happening like 2 miles away. Is that so? I just feel is that okay, sure. I mean, I get it. Is that you are like just talking about the futility of war, how these people are like just killing each other for a hill. Is that where all of these animals are around and they are like you're not going to be like just moving civilization here. Is that you're like just dying for a rock at this point.
I mean, again, this is one thing for me that I think almost worked. Again, I could see something in Malick, and I did appreciate how he kind of forced us to pull ourselves out of like the strict narrative plot and like remember that there's other things besides this war, right? Like the way he pulls you out of what could be just the inertia of yet another war film like Saving Private Ryan. Like he forces you to stop and meditate. The thing is, what he's asking us to meditate is just dumb.
But that's actually what I was going to be asking you. That is what do you think of Saving Private Ryan? Because I remember like not liking it much because of the premise itself. Do you know
I
how like
I didn't watch it. I
what would
didn't
you
like
sacrifice?
Spielberg.
Oh, you
back
didn't?
then. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched it and it's like from a cinematography perspective, it's pretty good. Also, like the all of the action sets, I don't know how to call it, are also pretty good. It has a bit of a slightly different problem than this movie, but it's another movie about war is not good, let's say. And one small difference, because I was thinking about it a lot when I was watching this movie, is that I remember watching Saving Private Ryan and feeling interested about the destiny of each one of them. In this
But
case, I didn't care much. I care about like the how do you say? Well, I care about Woody Harrelson's bat.
Would you say though that that's what Malick is saying is war is bad? Because I got a different impression.
I think I, I almost feel like this is. I mean, he doesn't compare it with kids fighting each other, but it's like people that they are forced into something that they don't want to do, and they will destroy him, and he will destroy them. All of the Japanese voices that they don't get translated, I was looking it up, and most of them they say that is I don't want to kill you.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, to me, the more of the point is, hey, this is going to happen, and we have no control over it, and it's ugly, which I think is he does that well. And then again, I just ask, what is the point? I don't know.
I mean, I think that as a subgenre, I had a feeling that this type of movie has been made many times in one way or another. You can look at Apocalypse Now, for example, like what, 25 years earlier or so?
Yeah, it was early 70s, right? I don't remember
I think
specifically.
so, yeah. So, Full Metal Jacket is also like that. So, when this is released, and I think that the main value is being more metaphorical about the same genre. I don't know. I just feel it's like, do we really need this? Is
I
this really
agree.
giving me something?
And the fact he chose war to express these messages, it's like, hey, let's pick the most intense contrast and compare, right? Like it just feels easy. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not a fan.
yeah,
But again, I saw something that intrigued me.
yeah. I didn't. I mean, for me, it was like a time that I would never recoup.
So you wouldn't watch. So like, I know very little about Terrence Malick, but apparently his one of his super well respected films is Badlands from 1973. You wouldn't watch that now based on this?
I mean, I this was the only Malik movie that I had watched before, so I was a bit torn when you selected the same movie that I had already watched. I was like, well, maybe this is one of those that if I watch one more movie by him, I can get a tiny bit of a different vibe. I can get like, what is he about? But I walk away with like, no, I didn't like it back then. I haven't liked it now.
Well, that's a differentiator. I mean, I don't think this is a great film, but at the very least, I was like, okay, I'll see Badlands, basically. That's
Like the
all. I'm
one that
not
is really
convinced to talk
popular.
any of the other ones, but I'll watch
Okay.
Badlands.
No, no, that's fair. I mean, we can just check it out at some point. And oh, so the Thin Red Line was his third movie.
Yeah, because he like
Oh
takes
wow.
like 10 years between movies, right? He like famously.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
Also, why are
wow.
there no pictures of him on the internet? It's so weird.
He's famous. He's famous for not liking his picture taken. Yeah. So I think that the one on IMDb, like with the hat and a smiley, it may be the only
It's been the only one I've
picture.
ever seen for like the
Yeah.
last 20 years.
Yep. So, yeah, I agree. It's weird, but whatever. I don't really understand like why he's popular.
I don't get it either because Jesus Christ, the Pocahontas film, awful. Tree of Life, so boring.
So yeah, it's one of these movies that is like, sure, I watched it again. I confirm that I'm not the target audience, that I'm not smart enough or I'm not sensitive enough. I don't know.
Also,
For some
well,
reason, I
well, I
watch
do
it.
feel intrigued to watch at least something more from him. I don't think anybody is missing out by not watching Terrence Malick's films. Like, no, there's nothing that he's saying or does that's unique or important alone. So far,
But you're willing to actually experiment more with him.
yeah, sure, but I watch Steven Spielberg films still, and that's a waste of time.
Oh, it really depends of what era of Steven Spielberg. It's like maybe it's as you said, it's like maybe in the 70s the two movies that Malik did were super interesting,
I'm
and then
I'm
he lost
I'm
it.
just convinced to give them a chance, but I feel like if somebody was like, "Oh, I haven't seen the Thin Red Line. Should I see it?" I'd be like, "You really don't need to. You could.
Oh,
It's not going to
okay.
change
Wait,
anything."
we're jumping already. So should we move into the questions?
Yes.
All right. So, Blake, would you watch the Thin Red Line again?
I would watch parts of it. The nature scenes, yes, but not the whole thing. No. So no. I guess no is the answer.
Okay. Okay. No, is the answer then. For me, yes. I don't think that I will watch this movie ever again. Is that the second time felt like, oh God, I have forgotten exactly what you say. Is that I remember that George Clooney was only one scene, and I thought that I had slept or zoned out through it. So it was like, yeah, no, I have forgotten a lot, and I didn't want to remember it. It didn't help me out remembering it. Would you recommend the Thin Red Line?
I mean, no. I can think of a bunch of other films I'd recommend before this one that are in the same vein.
Which one would you recommend before this one?
I mean, I would even recommend Full Metal Jacket if you're looking for a war film, and that's a mess,
Oh, wow.
right? But like, there's still like cool things about it. Deer Hunter, absolutely. What is the one with Marlon Brando? The Bridge Over the River
Apocalypse
Kwai?
Now?
Apocalypse
Oh.
Now, but also Bridge Over the River.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Oh, yeah.
whole bunch more. Hurt Locker,
Would you recommend the Hurt Locker?
100%.
Yeah,
I
I
like
will.
that movie.
I don't know. And it's cool. I remember being okay with it. Yeah, I think that is like a bit too patriotic for me. It's not Zero Dark 30. That is also Catherine
Oh, you're talking
Bigelow.
about the Hurt Locker. I thought you were talking
Yes.
about this film. I was like, I don't get patriotism. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So it's a bit iffy for me. But yeah, I don't think that I would recommend it either. I agree with you. That is, you want like something more direct about the message. There is better movies out there. If you want something more entertaining, there are better movies out there too.
Yeah, agreed.
Did you watch Dunkirk?
Is that the Sam Mendes film? I did not, but no.
No. No, it's the Christopher Nolan.
Oh, no. Me and Christopher Nolan are donezo.
Probably it's a wise stand to take. This one I think that is interesting because it's not like anything else that he has done.
But wait, this is the 3 single shots? Or it looks like 3 single
Three
shots?
stories. No, it's like 3 stories. It's like one about like a single battle. The
But you
Dunkirk
see
battle.
it just from a different perspective each.
Correct. Each one of them is like from the military, the other one is like from the marine, and the other one is from the aerial units.
All right.
Whatever,
It
the Air
takes a
Force.
lot for me to watch a war film, so I'll probably not see it.
Yeah, I think that I watched it on a plane, and it's a very decent movie to watch in a plane.
Yeah. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. Would you remember the Thin Red Line?
No. Let's just put no.
Yeah, I forgot 95% of it. So, is there anything artistic about it?
Almost. Just write that in.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, the answer is
because
yes,
at least the
there is.
cinematography, the shots are really, really good. And I was just thinking, like, I'm pissed that is so visually appealing, and it's not resonating with me at all.
Yeah, the cinematography is mind blowing. Also, the acting is great.
Yeah. I mean, it's like seeing John Cusack and not wanting to slap him. I was surprised.
Also, who wrote the score? Because the score is fucking
yeah.
incredible. Is it John Williams?
I don't remember. I think that we check it out. No, Hans Zimmer. It was Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer. Okay.
Yeah, I think that I was watching it with my boyfriend. He called it out about like, yeah, this has to be Zimmer.
It was good.
Yeah.
And also very similar to a modern film that I couldn't quite think of what it was. Anyway.
I don't remember. Do you think that is a timeless piece?
Yeah. In that it's gonna be okay at any time.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't want to call it artsy farcy, but it's going to be pretentious and pompous and not really land
At the same
least
level,
for
no
me.
matter when you
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, exactly. Would you turn it into a TV show?
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No more time here, please.
Agree. I think that 2 hours and 50 minutes is already pushing it a lot. And this actually take me to the next question. Could this have been a short?
Honestly, no. It's pretty bloated, but you could not take this down to less than an hour. No.
I agree. I think that less than an hour wouldn't be possible for all of the stuff that they're trying to portray here. So, yeah. Um, do you think that this movie could have been better?
I yes, but it's like, where do you start? It's just like stripping down things back to the studs, starting from
Yeah.
scratch.
I'm going to go with no. No, from the perspective that is exactly what you said, is that you have to strip so much that you could turn it completely into a different movie. Is that I will turn it
Yeah.
into something closer to Saving Private Ryan or something closer to Apocalypse Now.
So it's just simpler to start over.
Start over. It's like just throw it out. It's like just burn it down with fire, and then it's like a start again. So from that perspective, it's like, yet I don't think that you can save this. There is no like a glaring thing that I would say is like, oh, you have changed Sean Penn's character or Adrian Broder's character. It's like this would have been better. It's like no, it's just the tone. It's just the vibe. It's just like the seed of the idea that you had. I don't think that it works as you think it works.
Yep, I agree.
So you go with yes. They could have been better.
Yeah, it could. I'm gonna say
Okay.
yes, but I agree with you.
Okay.
It's just I don't know what to say.
It's not that it's a mess. It's just that it's so
It's
to
like,
me.
why would you want
Eh.
to improve it? It's like improving like a spam sandwich. Like spam is
Yeah.
gonna be spam no matter what you do to it.
Yeah, you're not going to be adding like truffle oil to
No.
it and it's going to turn into good. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's a good way of putting it. Okay, so should we score this?
We should. This was my pick, so you go first.
I'm going to go with a 5.5.
That's exactly my score, and I picked it out beforehand.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah, I
5 is
Sorry, go ahead.
perfectly mediocre. Could take it or leave it. I feel like it
Yeah.
had just a hint of promise more than a 5, and that's it.
yeah, I feel like it's one of those of visually was appealing, but whatever. Do I want to watch it? Do I want to spend one more minute here? Is it probably not? I'm good, thank you.
What I do
move on.
appreciate about this film is that, and I say this without being sarcastic, it did confirm for me, which I wanted to confirm, that Terrence Malick is not for me. And besides Badlands, I think he and I are done.
But did you watch Badlands already?
No. I'm open to it.
Oh,
but besides
that's it.
that, I'm not going to watch, like... Well, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
originally going to choose that Cate Blanchett film that he did recently with... what's his name? The original Batman of our age. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I won't go see that, and
Okay.
that's Cate Blanchett, and I love Cate Blanchett.
Yeah, this hasn't left me because sometimes we watch a movie that is like this is not perfect, but at least it sounds interesting. Like his vision of things, it looks interesting enough for actually exploring other things. Here, I walk away with, however you look at the world, is not a vision that I want to dive more into.
Agreed.
So, yeah. All right. Well, anything else to say about the Thin Red Line?
Well, thank you for returning to Malik, even though you had seen this already. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, like playing along.
Yeah.
Like stepping into the fire knowing that it's going to be hot. You are welcome.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
keep it in mind. You're welcome for the next hate pick that I have. Okay. And to everyone out there listening to us, thank you so much for putting up with us and with Malik.
And until next time.
Bye.